Brand new apps are finally coming to all Tesla vehicles, and an app store is rumored to be coming really soon. This is set to be Tesla's biggest update ever. Plus, a brand new Model Y just leaked. Tesla's making some more big upgrades for 2023 Model 3s and Model Ys. And yeah, probably right now, we should just talk a little bit about Twitter. As always, it has been a crazy, wild week in the world of Tesla. We've got new upgrades, we've got new updates, we've got Tesla making some changes that you need to know about. So let's break down all of the news in the wild world of Tesla and a little bit in the wild world of Twitter that you need to know about and how Twitter is going to affect Tesla cars, updates, upgrades. Here's everything you need to know about all the juicy drama. And a big thanks to Masterworks for sponsoring this video. So yeah, it's been a pretty crazy couple of weeks in the world of Tesla news, and we've seen a bunch of secret changes come to the 2023 models of the Model 3 and Model Y. So let me give you a really quick recap of what's new and tell you what's different in the Model 3 and Model Y for 2023 that we didn't have in 2022 models, and how you can get your hands on one of these all-new cars. We learned just this past week that the Model Y is getting a new comfort suspension that should provide less road harshness while you drive, and also a slightly longer two rear seats. Behind the driver and behind the passenger, you're going to get a slightly longer seat to make it a bit more comfortable. If you're sitting in the middle seat, it's going to remain unchanged. Other upgrades worth knowing about include a rear cargo cover to the Model Y, allegedly a new updated camera. Those side cameras allegedly got better, and that's kind of it as of right now. We have heard rumors that Tesla could be bringing an all-new computer to the car with hardware 4 and new cameras as well, a new steering wheel that had touch controls, more paint colors, but none of that has happened just yet. In fact, really the only major change to 2023 models is actually sort of a downgrade, and it is the removal of ultrasonic sensors in favor of this new vision-based system that relies all on the cameras around the car to do all of your distance measuring. And from what I can tell through my various research online, Tesla made this switch when they started selling the 2023 Model 3, and they just didn't have a replacement for this measuring system. You just didn't have those measurements like you'd have in every other Tesla. That is, of course, though, until now. Reports have since come out in the past couple of days that say that Tesla is pushing an all-new update to these cars that mimics the ultrasonic measurements on these vision-based 2023 Model 3s and Model Ys. I've got no idea how accurate this is or how good it is, but if you are going to get a new Tesla, be on the lookout for this update because it should sort of give you some of that control back so you know your distance from objects, which is sort of important to know. There has also been a ton of chatter and speculation in the Tesla community about new colors. Obviously, we just got two new colors, that really beautiful red cherry and the midnight silver, but they're only available as of right now in Europe and Middle East markets. There's a big question on when we could see these come to more markets. Specifically, when could we see some all new Tesla colors come to us here in the United States? As of right now, to be quite frank, we really have no idea. Elon did give his classic yes to new colors coming to the US, but we have no idea or details on when those could be coming, what colors we could see. I've seen some speculation that maybe we don't get those new colors, but something different, maybe like a matte black, but mum's the word as of right now. The one interesting point is that we just did see, I think it was some permits, or maybe they're actually doing some work at Giga Texas to expand their current paint shop to be on the level of Giga Berlin. So if we do get new paint colors here in the US, they'd be coming out of Texas. So it looks like Tesla is working on this and working to improve their paint capacity here in the US. But in terms of when we could see those new colors, no idea as of right now. Okay, now before we continue with more Tesla news, let's take a break for just a moment because I want to tell you guys about an amazing service that you need to know about right now, especially given the EV landscape and the general economic landscape. It's super important now more than ever that you know about this video's sponsor, and that is Masterworks. Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that we've been sort of feeling the growing pains of Tesla and really the larger EV industry as of late, between chip shortages, price cuts, recalls, Tesla's very turbulent stock, and even sort of competitors in the space not doing so hot lately. Many investors like us are already down 44% this year, and we may not be able to sit around for much longer and wait for a rebound that may or may not happen. So what are professionals doing that the rest of us aren't? Well, actually, they're shunning most stocks in favor of alternative assets. It's a decades-old strategy used to limit losses in volatile times like these, and according to a brand new study from Barclays Bank, one alternative in particular that can be a risk-reducing element in your portfolio that you need to know about is fine art. And there's even data to back this up. Even with 2022 losses, the average piece is selling for 26% more at auction. Your art investment may help you protect your hard-won returns, but obviously there's just one problem. We all don't have millions and millions to spend to gain access to this market, but luckily we don't need to worry because the game has been totally changed thanks to Masterworks. They allow you to invest in million-dollar paintings for a fraction of the cost. And even if you're like me and you don't understand the art, you certainly understand the results. And in 6 of their last 7 exits, Masterworks has returned over 20% net to their investors. Even just a few weeks ago, they delivered a 21.5% net return. That's just incredible. And with a recession looming, basically set to be official like any moment now, the next 6 months are going to be incredibly crucial for your investing life. Over 550,000 people have signed up for Masterworks. Paintings have sold out in minutes, so there is a wait list, but luckily you guys, as my subscribers watching this video, can get priority access on my special link in the description. So learn more about Masterworks, check it out at the link below, learn more about the process, and check out how Masterworks has really revolutionized this space and all the amazing things they're doing at the link down below. Don't wait any longer. Trust me, now is the time. Learn more about Masterworks and check it out for yourself today and skip that wait list by using my special link right down below in the description today. Okay, next up, let's talk apps. Now, I feel like I've been talking about a Tesla App Store for months, over and over again, but now it seems like it's finally going to be happening, or at least it's one step closer to finally being official. Video conferencing giant Zoom officially announced this past week that they're bringing the Zoom app to all Tesla vehicles. That's right, the leak from Tesla's own sort of internal video turned out to be true, and a Zoom app is coming to your Tesla. The app is going to use the internal mic and cabin camera, so you can do your video conferencing from right inside of your car with the built-in stuff already there, so no computer or anything else required, though it's unclear right now if this is going to be only on Wi-Fi or if you can sort of use the premium connectivity you're already paying for to basically jump on a Zoom call from anywhere in the world. You can get an LTE connection. And obviously this is very cool, can't wait to see this, but the bigger question is, how is this going to come to all Teslas? Is this going to come in like a typical Tesla software update as a new app? Or is this the precursor, or maybe even the main event, and the first app in Tesla's long-rumored App Store launch? We saw some leaks from just a few weeks ago that Tesla is still working on an App Store, and maybe the Zoom app is the first app that's going to launch to sort of open the floodgates to third-party developers being able to develop and distribute their own apps for all Tesla vehicles. As of right now, we don't have any more details on this, though there have been some rumors that Tesla could launch an App Store this year at some point. No confirmation on that is finalized. And Zoom says no real timeline, just that the Zoom app for your Tesla is coming soon. Also, I should mention that for those of you looking to buy a long-range Model 3, you still can't officially buy this car new from Tesla, or I should say, you can't jump on the Tesla website and configure one of these brand new, but you can actually now buy an all-new 2023 Model 3 long-range from Tesla brand new, but you've got to do it through existing inventory and not through sort of the new configurator. So if you want a long-range Model 3, head to the Tesla website, choose existing inventory, and then may the odds just be in your favor. You're going to have to look and see what you can find in your area, and Tesla is now making and selling 2023 long-range models, but you just sort of have to see what's available in the trim and color and area that you're in to see if you can get a car or not. But if you do want to buy a long-range Model 3, you can't actually buy them, but you've got to buy them through existing inventory. Okay, next up, let's talk about this brand new Model Y set to officially launch in just a couple of weeks, maybe before or at the beginning of 2023. According to a new report from Teslarati, Tesla just got EPA approval for 3 Model Ys here in the US with the 2023 model year. One is a long-range version, one's a performance, and there's another trim labeled Model Y all-wheel drive. This is rumored to be the standard range Model Y that's been built at Giga Texas basically since that factory opened a couple of months ago. And according to the report, it looks like Tesla is finally going to begin a wider rollout of this cheapest Model Y in the next few weeks. Like I said, maybe before 2023 as Model 3s and Model Ys with that 2023 model year are already on the road. And a couple of things you need to know about this new standard range Model Y. First up, the reason this is such a big deal is because this is the cheapest Model Y you can buy brand new. Looks like it's going to be around $60,000-ish if Tesla keeps the price the same as it's at right now. And this would be one of the cheapest Model Ys, like I said, that you can buy in North America. There is a rear-wheel drive variant that's being sold around the world, including one that is sold and being built from Giga Shanghai. But this one is different for a couple of big reasons. One, this is not a rear-wheel drive Model Y. This is an all-wheel drive Model Y. It actually is a dual motor variant. So unlike the rear wheel drive single motor Model 3 that I just actually reviewed, link to that video up here and down below, this is a dual motor Model Y. So it's got all of the long range creature comforts. It's got the premium sound system. It comes presumably with floor mats, all the interior lighting. But really the difference here is you're not going to get as much range, about 279-ish miles in the standard range one. And for those of you curious, this is the one being built with the 4680 structural battery pack. Now, technically, these have been on the road for a while. Tesla was offering these to employees when they first started up production, and if you were a long-range Model Y pre-orderer, Tesla was contacting some in the vicinity of Giga Texas and offering them to get their Model Y sooner by switching to a standard range Model Y. So this isn't technically a new car, but for the first time, it is going to be widely available to everyone here in the United States sometime in the next couple of weeks. So be on the lookout for this brand new standard range Model Y. Next up, let's talk updates. Tesla just recently launched 2022.40.1 with a few notable new features here you probably should know about. You can now use dog mode and Sentry mode simultaneously inside of your Tesla. So if you want to do that before and you couldn't, now you can. And there are now logos for radio stations in either FM or HD stations. It's a little thing here, but it is super nice to see. In addition to that, there's also a cool new feature that'll better optimize your car's battery for the speed of the supercharger you're navigating to. Again, no huge improvement, but it is worth mentioning that if you want to charge up your car a little bit faster and you're going to maybe a higher speed supercharger, the car will now know that and be able to precondition the battery appropriately so you can charge as fast as possible. Also, some good news on the Cybertruck front. We saw some new machinery heading to Giga Texas to be able to make these trucks, so it looks like that is moving forward nicely. And we've got some confirmation or reports, or basically looks more and more likely that mass production of the Cybertruck will be sort of in full swing by the end of next year in 2023. So hopefully a limited production will start with the new year, and then hopefully by the end of the year, Tesla is producing mass quantities of this really awesome looking truck. All right, and last but not least, let's sort of talk about the elephant in the room. Now that Elon owns Twitter and he's actively involved in Twitter, I feel like we do need to briefly talk about that little blue bird, because there is a lot of concern right now that one might negatively affect the other. Maybe Elon's spending too much time on Twitter and he's going to neglect Tesla, and maybe his work on Tesla could sort of negatively impact Twitter. Now, if you follow Elon on Twitter, it's basically no surprise that he's been pretty busy lately working to overhaul Twitter from the inside out, and I've seen a lot of comments from those in the Tesla community very worried on Tesla's progression, that if Elon sort of focused on Twitter, is this going to slow down software updates? Is it going to slow down new features, new hardware features, FSD beta rollouts, etc.? There's a lot of fear that Elon's involvement with Twitter is going to negatively impact Tesla. And I do think these concerns are valid, not just for how Elon spends his time, but also some reports that Elon is bringing over some of Tesla's top talent over to Twitter temporarily to sort of help with these new systems get put into place over there. So there's definitely going to be some impact, but what the level of that impact is and what the tangible effects of those shifts in personnel are sort of yet to be seen as of right now. And obviously, love Elon or hate him, and love Twitter or hate it, there is a sort of huge correlation between the two, and one person can only do so much with their time. But also, sort of the bigger picture here is that Tesla is sort of its own entity. It operates independently, it doesn't need Elon to function, and it's got thousands of employees, some of the brightest minds on the planet, doing many amazing things every single day. And I'm sure that while there might be some day-to-day impacts and shakeups, things are going to hopefully stay on track and be better than ever. Elon is great, but Tesla's going to do just fine while he splits his time with other entities and other projects. So I wouldn't really So I wouldn't really worry about that all that too much right now, but who knows how things will shake out in the next few weeks and months. So I'm curious, guys, what are your thoughts on the latest Tesla news of the week? A little bit of a slower week in the world of Tesla, but hopefully things build to some bigger updates and some new features. What are your thoughts on the 2023 Tesla updates? Do you think it's worthy of its new production year? Do you think these are great updates, or do you think they're sort of lackluster and boring? Also, just let me know your thoughts on Twitter down below, your thoughts if Elon's doing the right thing, the wrong thing. I know this is a little bit of a controversial subject, but we can discuss down below. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.